Good day. So in this video you're going to learn about front-end assets. So what we have so far is we have this plain HTML which doesn't look very nice. So what we're going to need to do is to add a CSS file. So CSS files or JavaScript files, if you need any, will be defined in the main template, or you can define a section as well in the content template. So first I'm going to show you how to do it in the main template. So CSS files in Laravel are stored under the public directory, but we do not have it, so we're going to need to create one new folder, then public. So now we can create a new CSS file, so style.css. So now let's try to see if it works by setting the display of the body to none. So nothing should be displayed once this CSS file has been added. So now go to the default template, master template. Now from here you can link your CSS file just like how you would do it in plain HTML, so like that. Then inside the href you can now use the URL method to specify the path to where your style sheet is. So it's in the public directory and then style.css. So you say style.css because the public directory is already implicit. So all front-end assets always starts in the public directory, so you do not need to specify it in here. So now let's check. Okay, so it doesn't seem to work. Let's try to inspect. Okay, so it's saying that it requested an insecure style sheet, so the request has been blocked. So if we check view page source, it's actually loading this CSS file using HTTP, but our project resides in an HTTP URL, so it's a secure, so you cannot load unsecure assets. So this should be HTTPs as well. So what we can do is to use another helper. So when you check the Laravel documentation site, you should find the helpers link. So we can actually search in here helpers there. So there's a bunch of methods available, but the only thing that we need is this URLs. So the thing that we need is secure asset. So this generates a URL for an asset using HTTPs. So let's use secure asset method instead of the URL. So go back here and then replace this. So now it should load our style.css file. So refresh. Okay, so it's actually not found. It means that we need to add the public folder. So let's try. Okay, so now it's been loaded. So you can verify by going to the sources tab and then public and then styles. So there's our style sheet. So now we can remove this, and then maybe we can just set the background. So background is equal to yellow. Then load. So we now have a yellow background. So that's how you link files in your Laravel project. But if you specifically need a style sheet or a script file for a single page only, so for example you have an online store, so you're not going to need to load the same JavaScript in the store. So that's where the buyers buy, and then the admin should have a different scripts as well. So to do that, you can have a different master template for the store section and different template for the admin section. But you can also yield a specific section. So for example, this CSS file that we have in here should only be loaded in the new user template. So what we can do is remove this and then place it in the new user. So right after extending, you can define a new section in here called new user styles, and then inside you can define any style sheets that it's only used for this template. So now you can use new user styles in your default. So just yield it. So every time this new user styles section has been defined, it will be outputted. So if you try, it should say the same, but if you have another view, for example, let's try another one. Oh, oops. I'm just right clicking, but it's saying delete. So file, new file. Doesn't work. So there's a bug. Okay, so I actually have to long click in here and then new file. So now we have another page. So we say another page, .page.php. Then we can have another page. So first let's define the content section, because this new template is going to extend the default template as well. So at extends layouts dot default. Okay, so now we do not have a style sheet defined. So let's try creating a route for that. So route get another home controller at another. So we define this method under our home controller class, public function another, then it will just return the another view, another page. Okay, so now if we try to access another, it shouldn't have this yellow background because the style sheet for that hasn't been loaded or defined in this page, so we get a plain white background instead. So I guess that's it for this video.